What do you genuinely not understand? How people get up in the morning feeling good and refreshed. I have woken up tired since before I can remember. I don't understand if they just mentally power through the tired, or if they feel something I can't. Get tested for sleep apnea, that could make your sleep less restful. How I get taller and more handsome every time my grandma sees me. Either cause you simply are one sexy cunt, or your gram is progressively shrinking and losing vision. I'm betting on the former being the case though. How can we lose so much hair every day and still have hair stay a consistent length? Especially people who have long hair? Say you lose 100 hairs a day. That seems like a lot. However, most people have around 100,000 hairs on their scalp. That's only 0.1% of the total amount of hair you have. And those hairs start to grow back again pretty quickly. According to YouTube statistics, 100% of people watching this video are actually not subscribed. Please subscribe. It's free and you can always unsubscribe later. Pretty please. I really do not get how a needle and a record player bouncing back and forth can create such rich sound. I'm going to confuse you even more. Look up said video discs. They're basically records but are movies, and are still read by a needle. I have a said player. I have no idea how it works. It just is and it's insane. I just can't even imagine how rubbing a needle against vinyl can create a perfect replication of the sound. I get that it could make sound, like a rubbing noise, but to replicate a human voice. What is happening there? Why the fuck does my brain only realize I'm wrong after I've already done it? And why is the time between hitting send and realizing that was dumb measured in femtoseconds? This is me playing chess. How some people seem to get through life without a job, with no responsibility, no money, and they're totally fine. Meanwhile, I'm busting my ass trying to make a living for myself and my family and struggling like hell. This right here. I have a buddy exactly like this. He's super charismatic and just has connections that hook him up with all sorts of fun stuff. He actually wasn't that great of a friend because he would always blow everyone off because something better came along. The order of emails in a Gmail thread. The one you are looking for is always hidden somewhere in the middle. I used to look at the date time of each message in a thread to orient myself, until I started working with an international team and realized Gmail sometimes puts their timestamp on the message, not mine. The realization came when I was going through a chain and noticed half the messages were sent from the future. Edit. I couldn't in good conscience use realization and realized in the same sentence. My apologies to the gods of prose. A YouTube algorithm. Here's a very interesting video that explains this in a fun and easy way. Long story short, nobody knows how the YouTube algorithm, or any similar algorithm, works. It just does. Let's recommend this video to everyone. In 5 years. And again 5 years later. Also this shit. YouTube, you can't say anything R-rated. Also YouTube, can you feel the difference between a dildo and a real cock? Edit. Holy shit, this blew the fuck up. RIP my inbox. Why people when you're driving have the audacity to pull out in front of you and then drive slow ASF when there are literally no other cars around. Like just wait for me to pass if you're going to go 5-10 mph under the speed limit. Even better, when you see them waiting to turn, and they, for some ungodly reason, wait until you're closer to them and then pull out in front of you and go slow. I worked at Walmart for a while and old people would do this all the time walking around the store. They would rush to get in front of you and immediately slow to a snail's pace. Why the hiring process at most companies is so damn slow. Back in the 60s, you could walk into a business asking about a job on Friday and start work the following Monday. Now, despite having access to tons of information about a candidate on the internet, it takes 6 or more weeks in many cases. My ex once interviewed for a job and thought she did terrible. She never heard back at all, so accepted something else that she interviewed for at the same time. They called her almost 2 months later to tell her they had accepted her and she had the job. Her response: no. I have a great job, and why would I even want to work for a place that treats a future employee like that? They seemed generally confused that she wasn't waiting for them to call her.